Hey guys, welcome to Rising Vibrations. I'm Inga. This reading will be for Pisces. This is for Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus between the period of now and the end of September. But we're really talking about from September 15th to September 30th, 2018. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're just joining me on the channel, thank you for finding me. And if you're returning, thank you very much for your support. It is appreciated. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and let me know by hitting the thumbs up button. And if you hate the video, you can do the same. Just please let it be for authentic reasons. So let's get started. I feel like all the ladder signs, starting from Libra up to Pisces, are having a difficult time adjusting. I'm not sure why, but I'm starting from Pisces forward. Something told me to do it this way, so I've decided to do it. So this is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus between September 15th through September 30th. We are going to look at what the financial situation and vocational issues are for Pisces. So let's see where we are. So we have the Two of Wands. I feel like there's quite a few Pisces out there who are looking to make a change. But again, and I think Pisces has had this a lot, they're not actually planning to make a change. I feel like if someone came and picked them up and moved them and put them in a new life, a new situation, they would really miss their old life. So there's something amusing about thinking about different scenarios for themselves or for their lives, but they're not there. It's just more for fun. What is this saying? I think this is more or less saying that Pisces can take it or leave it. They don't really feel like they have to change much about their life. It's okay to think about some potential opportunities, but they're quite satisfied with how their life is right now. Let me see what else is going on here, guys, for Pisces. So Pisces can also feel like they missed their chance or they missed their time. It doesn't really matter what age. It can be even a younger Pisces, someone in their 20s or 30s who are feeling this way, like they missed their time. This is Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. They missed their time, even for a relationship, and it's too late. So I think the message also for Pisces is you can be satisfied with your life if you are truly satisfied, but it's never too late. We're going to go ahead and take that. We have the Eight of Wands. So we have the Two of Wands and we have the Eight of Wands. It's never too late to really make a change. And it doesn't necessarily have to be permanent. Life changes, conditions change, circumstances change. And it doesn't mean that if you take up a particular new course of action or you pick up a new idea, or even if you pick up new friends or acquaintances or contacts, it doesn't mean that they have to become permanent, and it doesn't mean that they have to be long-term. But you can always make a change. It's never too late to make a change. It's even never too late to reach out to someone who you would like to reconnect with or you would like to build up a connection with. It's never too late. So that's part of the, it's almost like the Pisces is planning to do something, but they're always just planning to do this. They always think like, oh, tomorrow I'm actually going to do this. But they're not convinced to do it yet. Look at that. We have another one who flipped on its own. We have Major Arcana, the Star. So it's like they're building up to this. They're planning it. They're moving towards this. They're readying and even preparing themselves in some way for this or some aspect for this, but they haven't actually jumped yet. or if they've spoke to someone about this, whether that's connecting with someone or starting a new business plan or starting in a new industry or starting in a new job or looking for a new job. It's like they've started to investigate. They started to think about it and almost try it on for size, try it out, or take it for a test run before they actually do it. See what else is coming up for Pisces between September 15th and September 30th. What are they having such a hard time about? I want to go ahead and take that because it was trying to turn. Let's see. Look at that. We have Major Arcana the Hermit. So again, still with the Major Arcana the Star and Major Arcana the Hermit, they're still in this state of contemplating what they actually want in terms of if they really want to make a change, if they're really looking for this. They're not, the Pisces elemental sign and energy is not really convinced yet. It's almost like they are relying more on their past, more on past outcomes, even more on past circumstances, more on past events. It feels like things that happen in the far past. It can be even some things that happen in relationships from 20, 30 years ago, if we're talking about more middle-aged Pisces, or things that happen in their family like 20, 30 years ago. That might be hindering them from having the enthusiasm to build up those type of things for themselves. So like even if it's a family, oh, well, they might be looking at hard knocks or hard lessons about families, about friends, and just almost deciding to play the hermit. Major Arcana, like I'll stay to myself, I'll be on my own, I'll do things my own way, versus taking a risk and being hurt or disappointed because I got my hopes up too high. This is the energy that seems to be moving around for Pisces, but they don't really seem to be too bothered about it. There might be a group of Pisces out there who are remembering things from their past or from their childhood that actually really did hurt them, that they're somehow still processing, even though it may have been 20 or 30 years ago. But I feel like most Pisces, again, they feel like they had their better times or their better days, and like opportunities have passed it by. I think Pisces had something like this before. We're going to see if anything else comes out, and then I'm going to switch to the Rider-Waite deck, guys, and see if we have any surprises. Major Arcana of the Strength. So we have 3 Major Arcana in a row. Yeah, it seems to me like the Pisces, and that might be what is kind of looming on the back for a lot of the Pisces elemental sign, because I do feel like the latter half of the year signs are having a bit more. It almost feels like psychological challenges more so than the other signs. So it might be that the Pisces, I keep thinking that it's almost like they will be forced. They'll be forced into an adventure, or they'll be forced even into a contact, or they'll be forced into a partnership. You know, when you go for these group training sessions and they pair everybody off in groups and you don't really have a choice, you have to participate. Even if you sit in the group quietly, it's like you have to engage or you have to be a part of it. Even if you're sitting there, you're still a part of it. If you're not talking, people are looking at you saying, oh, he's or she's kind of weird, why aren't they talking? Or people are trying to engage you or get your opinion. And then sometimes you kind of blossom and you start to discuss topics with them or not. But I feel like the Pisces is going to be put in this type of a scenario or situation coming towards the latter part of September, where they will be forced to participate, even if it's a stranger on the street and somehow something falls and they have to help them pick it up, or they help someone who's lost find their way. And they're forced into a type of interaction which gets which gets their wheels turning. I'm not sure if much will come out of the interaction, but I feel like it will be a type of catalyst to a next step. I always think that one thing leads to another, and a small event can have a huge impact. And it's something like that for Pisces. Something relatively small might end up really growing into something impressive or of scale, something larger than what it looks like on the surface. So we're going to just pull a few more. We have major arcana of the world. So we've pulled 4 major arcana in the world. We've pulled the star, we've pulled the hermit, we've pulled strength, and now we've pulled the world on top of the 2 of wands. Yeah, it doesn't mean every change has to be permanent. Life is full of changes, things change. And even if you sit in the house, you do the same thing every day, you're still changing. Every day passes, you're a day older. You might or might not take in new experiences, but something can always surprise you in the day that you never expected by the beginning of the day. So even if you're playing the hermit in your house, or you're being a little bit of a shut-in and you feel you need that, okay, fine. But if you're doing it to avoid contact with people, to avoid the potential of being hurt, to avoid the potential of being let down, to avoid the potential of being disappointed, it's never too late to change, because you're cheating yourself of living a full, engaging life, you know, because you may need to come into contact with someone who needs to hear 1 or 2 things that you had to say to them. Maybe you never talk to them again. You have a type of responsibility in some respects. And I'm not sure why this is coming out for Pisces, but it is. We have the Knight of Swords. I feel like somehow this is family. This could be family and friends trying to force the Pisces to engage or get out or meet with them or come to dinner and meet with them. We have the 9 of Pentacles, but again, the Pisces might be quite happy in their own solitude or in their own company. Let's see what else is coming here. Let's see, what is that? We have major arcana, the Lovers with the Hermit. And we have the 2 of Wands again. So we started the reading with the 2 of Wands, and we're ending the reading now with the 2 of Wands. Let me look at this for a second to try to figure out exactly what this is saying. I think it's more the same. It's never too late to change. It's never too late to take your life in a new direction. It's never too late to take a risk, even if it's someone that you may have avoided confronting or talking to. It's never too late to make a call if there's someone you're interested in and you haven't really had the gumption to try to reach out to them in a way. This really might work, it may not work, that's not the point. It will be a catalyst for change for your life. Stop waiting around for what, for nothing, I'm not sure. Go out there and try something, do something different, reach out, take a risk. Take a risk, it doesn't cost you anything. Okay, so I think that's what we have for Pisces. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys back here again next month. Bye-bye.